What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into episode number 739 of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the city of Vineland. It's your boy KB coming at you solo dolo to get your Monday started off right. The Phils have an off day, but that doesn't mean we're not talking Phils. On this episode, we're going to dive into the Diamondbacks series, dive into the homestand, get into the overall standings, see what's upcoming for the Phils, and obviously get into those Platinum Plunk Award nominees and what's coming in the month of May, obviously, with the hit-by-pitch category. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. You can follow me on social media, Twitter at KBIZZL311, Instagram, Threads, KBIZZLE11, and I'm on TikTok at KB Underground as well. Subscribe to the pod, subscribe to the pod, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. It goes a long way for helping not only this show continue to grow, but every show on our network across the board. Top bins, outside the box, getting the whole streamer season, underground circuit. All of our shows benefit when you subscribe on Apple and Spotify and leave those all-important 5-star reviews. And of course, guys, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. That is where you get full video episodes of this show every week, twice a week, full video episodes of every show on our network. Clips, shorts, live streams, original video content. It's all on our YouTube channel. We are currently at 1,056 subscribers, which means we are ever so close to our next 100 subscriber milestone. So keep subscribing, Apple, Spotify, and of course on YouTube, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. And this show is proudly presented by the City of Vineland, and the City of Vineland Municipal Calendar features city-organized, city-sponsored, and city-affiliated events that are of public interest. The calendar, which is accessible at vinelandcity.org, is a good way for residents and visitors to build awareness, remain engaged with city government, and participate in local events. You can also follow the City of Vineland on social media via their Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube pages. And through these tools, you can stay connected to the community and get important announcements about programs and services offered by the city. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast.
At the Vineland Municipal Utilities, we understand that when our business community thrives, we all win. As a not-for-profit utility, our reliability, lower cost of operations, and flexibility in meeting customer needs make doing business in Vineland beneficial to your bottom line. What's more, we are able to do so while maintaining our commitment to environmental stewardship. We look forward to helping you achieve your business goals now and for years to come. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Phillies fans everywhere, the Phils win yet another series. They go 4-2 on the homestand against the Nationals and the Diamondbacks. They did drop that finale to the Nationals on Thursday, 4-2 to the Nationals, a game that they definitely could have and should have won. They were up 1-0. The Nationals put up a 4-piece in the 6th inning, and the Phillies were just never able to climb back into it. But they take game 1 against the Diamondbacks 3-2 on Friday night, which was an electric game. Great job by the boys to pull that one out. They go up 1-0 early. Diamondbacks get one back in the fourth. Diamondbacks get one in the sixth. And then the Phillies score two in the bottom of the seventh and walk away with a 3-2 victory behind another stellar performance from Jesus Luzardo. Tanner Banks, man. Tanner Banks has been continuing to show to me that as of this moment, he is the most reliable right-handed reliever in this Phillies bullpen. He has been stellar over the past couple of weeks, and I'm very glad that in terms of like my reactionary ways of the bullpen a couple weeks ago, I know I said, maybe Tanner Banks has to go just based on what you need in the bullpen. I'm very glad the Phillies did not listen to that because Tanner Banks has been exceptional over the past couple of weeks, and I hope it continues because that would finally prove to be a trade deadline acquisition that has been here for more than a year, that has proven to be valuable for this Phillies team. There's been very few of them, which has been kind of insane. But Tanner Banks has been great. Jesus Luzardo has been unbelievable. And the Phillies win that game on Friday 3-2. Then the bats get hot. A 7-2 victory on Saturday. They give Aaron Nola run support, everybody. Run support for Aaron Nola in this economy? Oh, my days. I joked maybe they should just give away Aaron Nola's jersey to kids 14 and under every game that he pitches so that the Phillies offense gives him run support. It was good to see the boys just buzzing out there. Max Kepler. Hey, man. Hey. I tried to tell y'all. Max Kepler is a dude, okay? I'm not saying he's a superstar. I'm not saying he is, supposed to be an MVP candidate. But I said Max Kepler was going to be a dude for this team. I said it for a long, long time. Nobody wanted to believe me. Maxie got a little cold during April. But guess what? Max Kepler, as of this recording, is hitting .262 with 5 dingers and 11 RBI with 28 hits. And I've said, Max Kepler, his expectation was to not be Whit Merrifield. But a lot of people were trying to put that on his name. And we'll talk more about Max, obviously. But it's very funny to me how all the Max Kepler hate, the Max Kepler denial. My boy hit a home run along with Kyle Schwarber to help win that game on Friday. Hits a home run in the 7-2 win on Saturday, along with JT Realmuto to kind of put the cherry on top there for the Phils. And just haven't heard too many people causing a ruckus about Max Kepler when I said this is exactly what this Phillies offense has been missing over the past couple of years. The only, deficiency is that he's not a right-handed hitter and he's a lefty. But the dude can hit and he's finding his groove. And who would have thought? Maybe a guy who spent 10 years of his career with one team, knows one environment, needed a little bit of an adjustment period. And Max Kepler has been sensational over the past couple of weeks now. And, you look at this game on Saturday, Trey Turner goes 2 for 5, scores a run. Nick Castellanos goes 1 for 4 and scores a run. Max Kepler, 2 for 4, scores 2 runs, smashes that home run. JT hits a homer, goes 2 for 4. Alec Boehm, 1 for 3 in this game. Brandon Marsh is back and went 2 for 4 in his return on Saturday. So that was good to see. Joe Ross continues to build up, currency and be a guy that you can rely on, which is exciting. And then Ranger Suarez made his debut this season, and it was an up and down one on Sunday. 3 2/3, gave up 7 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Ryan Kerkering pitched in this one, an inning and a third, gave up 2 walks of his own. Jordan Romano came in, only gave up 1 hit, but he did get a strikeout. Matt Strahm had a clean inning. Joe Ross had a clean inning with a strikeout. Jose Alvarado pitched an inning and a third, gave up 3 earned runs, also walked a batter, and Carlos Hernandez walked a batter, struck a batter out, and gave up a hit in 2/3 of an inning in relief in extra innings. Trey Turner was 1 for 6 in this game, leading off. It was a weird lineup for the Phillies on Sunday. No Bryson Stott, no Brandon Marsh, no Max Kepler. Just a strange lineup from the Phillies. Bryce Harper was DHing. He goes 2 for 5 and hits his first home run since April 18th, which was a good sign to see. He also walked in this game. Schwarber hits a home run in this one. Weston Wilson had himself a game, 2 for 5 with a home run, a 3-run shot. Rojas 1 for 3. Just a strange lineup for a return of Ranger Suarez that, I don't know. I didn't understand the lineup construction in this one. The Phillies went up 1-0 early. Then they're down 3-1. Then they're down 7-1. And they're down 7-2. And they're down 7-5. And they're down 7-6. And then they're down 8-6. And then Alec Boehm ties it, makes it 8-8. But then the Phillies can't hold on in extras and give up 3 runs in extra innings. They can only muster up 1 of their own. I was unable to watch this game. I took myself to the movies because I didn't know how the rain delay was going to affect it. It didn't end up affecting anything, but sometimes your boy needs to unplug a little bit. So I didn't get to watch this game in real time. But from what I've gathered, some bad calls, some missed moments from the umpiring crew in this one as well. But I went to the movies and I saw the Thunderbolts, and if you know me, I've been waiting for 4 years for that movie, and it hit every possible mark that I could have asked for. It was fantastic. Go see Thunderbolts if you haven't already. This is not an ad. This is just my own personal recommendation for you. Best Marvel movie since Endgame, in my opinion. But the Phillies take 2 out of 3 from the Diamondbacks. They take 2 out of 3 from the Nationals. They go 4-2 on the homestand, and that's what you want. You want a team to win a series. You want them to win the series, and sweeping is kind of the cherry on top. I'd like to see the Phillies be able to put together more sweeps this season as it progresses, but as long as they're taking 2 out of 3, listen, if you take 2 out of 3 in a 162-game season every single series, you're winning about 108, 109 games. A lot of positives to take away from this series, though. Jesus Luzardo continued to dominate. Aaron Nola looks like he's finding his mark. Weston Wilson had a power swing on Sunday. Max Kepler. I tried to tell y'all Max Kepler was going to be a dude. Kyle Schwarber continues to rake. Bryce Harper finding his power swing on Sunday was good to see. A lot of positive. Tanner Banks, a positive from this homestand. And, I continue to bring up Max Kepler because I'm a baseball sicko. I've been following Max Kepler's entire career, and to equate the guy to Whit Merrifield, who just had a weird negative attitude about himself from the moment he got to the Phillies, it felt like he never really wanted to sign with the Phillies. He always wanted to be with the Braves. It's not that at all, and you hear it in the post-game press conferences when guys talk about Max Kepler, whether it's JT, whether it's Bryce, Aaron Nola, whoever it may be. Guys love Max Kepler on this team. They love what he brings to the clubhouse. He fits right in with the culture and the environment in the clubhouse, and I said it from the jump. He was going to be a guy that this team could rely on to get base hits, to if he gets hot, can hit anywhere from 18 to 25 home runs, and if he gets really hot, can hit 30. We've seen it in his career. And I knew it was going to take a little bit of time. The dude had never played outside of the Minnesota Twins organization in his professional career. It takes time to get adjusted to a new environment. And I think he's finding his groove, hitting behind Castellanos. And people are afraid to pitch to Nick because they know he can rope the ball out of the ballpark. So they kind of try to pitch around him a little bit, and then Max Kepler comes up and makes him pay. I'll take that any day of the week. Bada bing, bada boom. But the Phillies go 4-2 on the homestand. Brandon Marsh is back, and he's looked pretty solid in his return. which is good, depth-wise for the Phillies in the outfield. And I think when you look at just the way that the schedule's flushing itself out over the next couple of weeks, you're going to need depth. You don't really have that many off days, if I'm not mistaken. I'll pull the calendar view up here for the schedule, but the Phillies go to Tampa Bay to take on the Rays upcoming. Yeah, the next Phillies off day is not until May 15th. So, they're off today. As I record this, you're listening to this on Monday. Then it's 9 straight games. Tampa Bay, Cleveland, and then you come home to take on St. Louis, and then Pittsburgh with an off day in between there before you go out west for a 7-game road trip, and then an off day on Memorial Day before the Braves and the Brewers come to town. Then you're off on June 2nd. So, you want to have the depth in these moments where you're going on these stretches of games that there's not much time off. And like I said, you look at the upcoming schedule, you go down to Tampa, play in a minor league stadium to take on the Rays. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're at Cleveland for interleague play. Sunday night baseball as well on May 11th against the Guardians. Cardinals come to town Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so you're Sunday night baseball, and then you're right back at it, which is kind of crazy. But Cardinals come to town. They've been solid. They haven't been the best. They are a beatable team, and you've seen St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken, already this year, right? We played the Cardinals. Yeah, we played the Cardinals in St. Louis, and the Phillies the Phillies lost 2 out of 3 against St. Louis in the beginning of April. So a little revenge on the line there. The Cardinals right now are 16-19. They are not that great of a baseball team. They are very beatable. But Tampa Bay, in terms of upcoming opponents for the Phils, Tampa Bay 16-18. Their run differential is only a +3. And then you have Cleveland, who have been very Jekyll and Hyde this year. They're 20-14. But they don't score all that much compared to what they give up. They have a -23 run differential. So the Phillies can, score runs on these upcoming American League opponents that you have on the schedule. You can make for a good road trip. What I would like to see from the Phils is they sit here 2.5 back and just 2 back in the loss column of the Mets at 19-15 with an off day. 4-2 on this road trip. I'd be happy. Win the series. I think you can sweep Tampa Bay. Like, they have talented players. I don't necessarily think they're an overall talented team. And Cleveland, Jose Ramirez is there. They've got players, but I don't think their pitching is all that great. And however that matches up for you, I think it favors the Phillies regardless. Because if you look at the schedule here, it'll be Zach Wheeler on Tuesday, which means Wednesday will be Christopher Sanchez. Thursday against Tampa in the finale will be Jesus Luzardo, which means Friday will be Nola. Saturday will be Ranger. Sunday will be Wheeler. So that's cool, Wheeler on Sunday Night Baseball. And then Sanchez on Monday against the Cardinals. And Luzardo on Tuesday, followed by Nola on Wednesday. But you look at how it breaks down. You have Sanchez and then Luzardo, and then you're going to go Nola, Ranger, Wheeler. So you have 2 of your better starting pitchers going against Cleveland, which is nice. And you have some of your best going against Tampa Bay. Arguably your 3 best pitchers to start this season going against Tampa Bay. So that's exciting on that front, and I think you should be able to outduel Tampa Bay, which you have Drew Rasmussen going against Wheeler on Tuesday, Shane Baz on Wednesday, and then Thursday is Pepio. I don't know his first name. Let's see if it'll load here. But he's a beatable pitcher. He's got a 4.23 ERA. Ryan Pepio. A righty as well, so that favors the Phillies' left-handed heavy lineup and roster. But yeah, I mean, you have some winnable series here as the month of May, rolls out. Like I said, Tampa, Cleveland, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, the Rockies, the A's, and the Braves, and then the Brewers. A lot of beatable teams here where the Phillies can really recoup some of those rough losses that they had in the month of April. And it's not like the Phillies are that far off of where they were last year. I forget who put it out, so I apologize, but the Phillies have only lost 3 more games this year at this point in the season than where they were last year. And everyone last year was saying the Phillies started far too hot. They fizzled out. They're right about where they were. They're 3 games off of the pace they were on last year when they won 95 games, when they won the division. I know it feels weird because of some of the losses they've suffered, but the Phillies are not that far off the pace of what they were last season when they were the best team in the National League East. Baseball's a funny sport. It makes people feel like the sky is falling. It makes people feel like, the season's over. Guys, it's not even it's not even close to Memorial Day yet. Memorial Day is your first checkpoint. It's like running a 5K, and you get those mile marker checkpoints. I know a lot of people just did the Broad Street run too. It's your mile markers. Memorial Day is a mile marker. Going into the month of June. 4th of July, mile marker. All-Star break, a mini mile marker. It's the halfway point. Trade deadline season is another marker. Somewhere in the month of August is another marker. And then it's a full-out sprint in the month of September. But we haven't even gotten to the first seasonal marker yet for the Phillies. And I've seen far too many people losing their minds. You got to think of it as a long run. This is the Broad Street run, everybody. Okay? And shout out to everybody that did the Broad Street run. You are far better humans than I will ever be because I would simply pass away if I even attempted to run that much. But yeah, good homestand for the Phils. Unfortunately, couldn't get the job done on Mother's Appreciation Day with CFO Margie and Sarah in the building. But nonetheless, 2 out of 3 against the Diamondbacks, 2 out of 3 against the Nationals. Would you prefer sweeps? Obviously. But you get it done. You're only 2.5 back of the Mets. And now you've really got to showcase that you can win on the road. The Phillies have struggled on the road this year. They're 13-6 at home. They're 6-9 on the road to start the season. Now's a chance to kind of recoup some of those road losses that have been kind of funky and really go and attack some of these weaker opponents, these lesser opponents that you are definitely superior to, and build up your road record to be much better than it is and showcase that you can win not only at home but also on the road. I am intrigued to see how playing in a minor league stadium kind of shakes out for the Phils in this series, and if that can get some guys going with their swings, with the power, seeing how Kyle Schwarber attacks at a minor league stadium. And yes, I'm saying minor league stadium because the Tampa Bay Rays are currently playing in a minor league stadium due to their stadium sustaining ridiculous damage from a hurricane during the offseason. They're playing at George M. Steinbrenner Field, which is the spring training home of the Yankees in Tampa, Florida. And, the dimensions of that stadium, let's see what we can get here. The capacity is about a little over 11,000, so it's about a fourth of the size of what a sold-out Citizens Bank Park is. The field size, left field is 318 feet. Left center is 399. Center field is 408, and right center is 385. Right field is 314. For comparison's sake, let's pull up Citizens Bank Park and get the dimensions of CBP for the people. So for comparison's sake, Citizens Bank Park dimensions. Left field foul pole is 329 feet. So in comparison there, Steinbrenner Field is a bit shorter, about 11 feet shorter. Left center is 374 at Citizens Bank Park. Left center at Steinbrenner is 399, so it's deeper there. Monty's angle, which is left of center field to left center field, is 409. and 381 to 387. Straightaway center field at Citizens Bank Park is 401. Center field at Steinbrenner's 408. So that's definitely something to pay attention to when it comes to guys hitting home runs, or if they're falling short. Some of them might be home runs at Citizens Bank Park as opposed to this stadium. And then 314 is right field. Right field at Citizens Bank Park. For the power alley is 369, which is like right in the middle there. Right center field. Right field foul pole is 330. So the Phils, if they can hit some home runs to the corners against Tampa Bay, they could find a lot of success because it's shorter dimensions by quite a lot. Especially that right field foul pole is about 16 feet shorter at Steinbrenner Field than it is at Citizens Bank Park. So that's definitely something to pay attention to in this series against the Rays, is the dimensions of the field, how it kind of equates to what the Phillies are able to do at home, and what they're going to be able to do in this series upcoming against Tampa Bay. And also on top of that, there's been talks of the Rays being annoyed with the wind, so that's something to take into account too. Not that I am one to blame the weather, because I think that's just silly. You play in the elements. You got to deal with what's going on that day. But nonetheless, it's going to be a fascinating series, and definitely pay attention to the dimensions as the series forges on. Before we keep it pushing, I do want to talk to you guys about our awesome pals over at 47 brand. I'm rocking the City Connect wool hat right now, which I absolutely love. No pun intended. 47 brand is truly the best hat in the game. I've been wearing 47 brand for as long as I can remember. They just released their new Safe Bet collection, which is a clean, like, ranch-style aesthetic. It looks really clean, black and, like, kind of a silvery off-white aesthetic to it. Very clean-looking capsule. They've got so much cool stuff on their website, guys. I literally check 47 brand every single day to see what the new drops are, because it's that cool of merchandise. I want to make sure that I am dressed to the nines, repping my favorite team with that 47 logo on the side. You guys can also shop with 47 brand. Use our link in the description, and when you go to checkout, you'll get free shipping on all orders as long as you join the 47 family. Just make an account on their website, join the 47 family, and when you use our link, you'll get free shipping on all orders from our friends at 47 brand. And we thank 47 for being a proud partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Let's shift to some standings here as we head into the month of May. Right now, the standings and run differentials as well for the NL East. Let's take a look at it. The Phils and the Mets, the only teams with positive run differentials. The Mets are 22-13, sitting atop the division by 2.5 games over the Phils. They've scored 168 runs, which is the most in the division. They've only surrendered 112. That gives them a plus 56 run differential. The Mets are 13-3 at home, but they're also 9-10 on the road. The Phils are 19-15. They have scored 159 runs, which is the second most in the division. They've surrendered 151, though, which is the third most in the division. They have a plus 8 run differential. The Nationals are 16-19. They have scored 151 runs. They've surrendered 179 for a negative 28 run differential. The Atlanta Braves are 15-18. They have scored 135, which is a division low. They've surrendered 141 for a minus 6 run differential. And the Miami Marlins are 13-20, currently with a negative 54 run differential. They've scored 147, but they've surrendered a division high 201 runs. 201 runs. That puts the Marlins, say, 201 divided by 33. Multiply that by 162. Marlins just under the 1,000 run mark right now. The Cubs have scored a MLB high 208 runs. They've surrendered 146. They're at a plus 62. The Reds are at a plus 34. The Brewers are at a plus 6. The Cardinals at a minus 2. And the Pittsburgh Pirates are at a minus 48. The Dodgers are atop the NL West. They have a plus 42 run differential. The Padres are right behind them with a plus 38 run differential. The Giants with a plus 35. The Diamondbacks with a plus 6. And the Colorado Rockies with a minus 89. And they only have 6 wins on the season. We go to the American League. The Yankees are at a plus 52. The Red Sox are at a plus 17. The Tampa Bay Rays are at a plus 3, as I mentioned. The Blue Jays are a minus 33. And we're on Orioles watch. Orioles being a potential trade partner with the Phils. They are 13-20 with a negative 55 run differential. The Tigers are 22-13. They have a plus 63 run differential. They have been en fuego to start the year. They have been a very fun team to watch. The Guardians, who the Phillies will see this coming weekend, have a minus 23 run differential despite being 20-14 on the year. The Kansas City Royals have a plus 1 run differential. They're 19-16. The Twins are 15-20. They have a plus 1 run differential as well. And the Chicago White Sox are 10-24 and have a negative 24 run differential. The Mariners are in first place in the AL West. They have a plus 29 run differential. The Athletics, the Hotletics, are 19-16, but they have a negative 22 run differential. The Astros are 17-16 with a plus 13 run differential. The Texas Rangers are 17-18 with a negative 18 run differential, and the Angels are 13-20 with a negative 64 run differential. That is your standings and run differentials around the majors, brought to you by our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. Guys, if you want to stand out in the crowd, whether you're going to Citizens Bank Park, watching baseball out with your friends at the bar, taking a lady or a gent out on a nice date, you want to stand out in the crowd, PHI Apparel Company is going to make sure you do that. Check out all their Phillies merchandise. Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, Union, and of course, Underground Sports Philadelphia podcast merch as well. Use the link in the description or go to phiapparel.co and use code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your next merch order from our awesome pals at PHI Apparel Company. Again, that's code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your next merch order at phiapparel.co. Stand out in the crowd with the official merch partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Let us move to the Platinum Plunk standings. We awarded our first winners for the month of March/April recently, so congratulations to the winners. But we move to where things are standing right now, and that has Blake Dunn still leading the charge in the National League. He's been hit by 7 pitches so far this year. He's acquired 1 more since the month of April. And in a tie for first with 5 is the American League winner for the month of April, Luke Raley. Speedy recovery to Luke as he's on the injured list. Along with Ty France, former Seattle Mariner, now with the Twins. They've both been hit by 5 pitches. The leader in the clubhouse, team-wise, is the winner from the month of April, the Minnesota Twins at 21. The Mariners right behind them at 20. The Mets are at 19. The Yankees are at 18. The Orioles are at 17. The Brewers and Blue Jays are tied at 16. The Red Sox, Reds, and Tigers are tied at 15. All tied up at 14. The Diamondbacks, the Pirates, the Nationals. At 13 is the Colorado Rockies, the Houston Astros, the LA Angels, and the St. Louis Cardinals, and 13 is your league average. The Cleveland Guardians, Kansas City Royals, Los Angeles Dodgers, and Philadelphia Phillies are at 12. The Cubs and Marlins and Rangers are at 10. The Atlanta Braves and Chicago White Sox are at 9. The Padres are also at 9. The Giants are at 8. The Rays are at 8, and the Athletics are at 3. So that's your team standings, and then your Philadelphia Phillies standings as we sit here and record. Kyle Schwarber, who was our award winner for the month of April, padding his lead. He's now been hit by 4 pitches. Alec Boehm right behind him at 3. Trey Turner with 2. Bryson Stott, Max Kepler, and Nick Castellanos have all been hit by 1, and that is your total of 12 there. For the Huey Jennings Platinum Plunk Award standings, brought to you by our pals over at Kenwood Beer, the official beer partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's a refreshing light beer, just 4.1% ABV, 120 calories, just 8 grams of carbs. You guys can go to kenwoodbeer.com, use the Kenny Finder to see who's got Kenwood Beer on tap in the Philadelphia, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, Maryland, and Delaware areas. You can also find Kenwood Beer at your local liquor stores in those markets. Again, that's kenwoodbeer.com. Use that Kenny Finder. Got to be 21 or older to do so. And as always, guys, please drink responsibly. Last bit here is kind of just a what's going on in the underground segment. We've got a busy next couple of weeks here at the company. On Sunday, we had another watch party with Underground Circuit. I know it was a wild success. I saw it on social media. Unfortunately, my ankle's still kind of banged up, and hopefully it's going to be good to go this week because I'm going to need it. So I wasn't able to make it out to the watch party, but seeing everything on social media, Casey and Owen always crush it at the watch party. So if you're ever in the Philadelphia area and you want to go and catch an F1 race with Casey and Owen when they're having a watch party, I highly recommend doing it. Upcoming this week, Tuesday. What's up, brother? Your boy will be at the Worldwide Leader. I'm going to be at ESPN HQ working from ESPN all day as I will be covering the Premier Lacrosse League College Draft in person. I am super excited, super honored, super thankful for the opportunity. Thank you to Mike, Paul, and Grace Hamilton, and the fine folks at ESPN for allowing this dude to be at ESPN HQ. I'll be there all day, so I'm excited to kind of give as much as I can, look behind the curtain of what goes on at ESPN, what the PLL draft will be like, as our Philadelphia Water Dogs have the number 1 overall pick, and it's shaping up to be CJ Kirst coming to Philadelphia, which is very, very exciting, everyone. But I'm super pumped. I'm going to be working from the Worldwide Leader for an entire day, and I'm going to be at ESPN HQ. Who knows what, who we'll meet, who we'll talk to, who will get on the podcast because of it. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm super thankful, like I said. So stay tuned to see me from the Worldwide Leader all day on Tuesday. On top of that, Wednesday to Sunday, myself, Stephen McAvoy, intern Ethan will be at the Philadelphia Cricket Club covering the Truist Championship for the PGA Tour, for the Getting the Whole podcast. Fully credentialed for the entire week. It's going to be insane. I'm going to be running on so much lack of sleep. But very much looking forward to it. First time that the Getting the Whole podcast has been credentialed. So very excited to be a part of that. We're going to be bringing insane content from the golf course, from the hotel room, everything. It's going to be a doozy of a time. So that is upcoming as well. On top of that, Tuesday night as well, we will have a PLL draft stream. DJ, Hoots, special guests chiming in throughout the draft stream as well. Hopefully I'll be able to tap in from ESPN to join on the stream. Going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that as well. Tuesday night, tune into our YouTube channel for that. And then Tuesday, the 13th of May, I'll be at Citizens Bank Park, taking in one of the games against the Cardinals. Going to be a ton of fun from that one. You'll see where I'll be for that. And then following that up, it's almost PLL season. I'll be on the road a ton, but we are planning a live show from PLL Philly at Villanova. June 13th and 14th is the weekend. Don't know what day, but we're planning a live show. If you're in the area, highly recommend coming to PLL Philly weekend. We will also be announcing details, but we'll be giving away the opportunity to sit in the underground season ticket seats from Villanova University for Water Dogs homecoming weekend. Stay tuned for the details on that, but we will be affording 2 lucky folks to sit in our seats in the Canine Crew supporter section at homecoming weekend, which hopefully the Water Dogs have a much more successful homecoming weekend than they did last year. But a lot to look forward to. It's going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy time over the next week and a half or so. So bear with us on uploads. Bear with us on getting content out. It's going to be crazy. And I am high-strung already from it all, but it's going to pay off. It's going to be a lot of fun. And stuff like this happens because you guys listen, you subscribe, you follow, you support us, and we can't thank you enough. So be sure to follow us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. Stay up to date with everything going on with the company, everything going on with your boy, everything going on with your favorite Philly sports teams. It's Underground PHI across the board. Subscribe to the pod. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us a 5-star review. It goes a long, long way when you subscribe, so keep subscribing on Apple and Spotify. Leave the 5-star reviews. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. Leave a like on the video. Drop a comment in the comment section. Click that bell icon so you know whenever new videos go live. And guys, this show is proudly presented by the city of Vineland. And I gotta say, guys, whether you're a company looking to expand, relocate, or you're a new business startup, selecting the right location is critical to your success. Vineland, New Jersey offers both an affordable business location and an excellent quality of life. The city's economic development department is a one-stop source for moving your project through the development and approval process, and their goal is to make this process as smooth as possible and to provide the fastest turnaround times in the region. If you're considering potential locations for your operation, contact the Vineland Economic Development Team at 856-794-4100. That's 856-794-4100. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. This has been episode number 739 of Underground Sports Philadelphia. I'm your boy KB. Next time you see me, I'll be at ESPN HQ covering the PLL draft in person. CJ Kirst, come on down. You should be the next member of the Philadelphia Water Dogs. But until then, we'll see you at ESPN. We'll see you at the Truist Championship. Going to be a crazy week here in the Underground. But until then, I'm getting the heck up out of here. Going to try to sleep as much as possible, and I'm signing off. Peace.